So let's just start out a little spatula and figure out what colors. No one really has one sort of skin color. Everybody has different palettes on their face. Your nose will be darker, your chin will be darker, this will be lighter. It's just because your face is in the sun all the time. It's going to be a different color from your neck as well. So you just have to try and figure it out. And that's why we have palettes, all different colors. Thus the word artist, because it looks like that. Okay. I always think music should be playing when we do this. It's much easier. You'll notice I'm mixing a whole bunch of different colors. A lot of different colors.
All yours, like your own.
All of it. Years of collecting and experimenting, because you never know what you're going to be up against when you're on a shoot. You never see anybody, so you have to have every single color just to appease everybody. Okay. So I usually start off with doing a concealer. And all the brushes are different. They have different purposes. Concealers are flat, and the synthetic ones are the best because they absorb and they're easy to take care of. You can get the natural bristle ones, but they're more expensive. You can go to art supply stores and buy makeup brushes as well, and you save a lot of money that way. So already I'm mixing colors. I use sponges too. I use brushes and sponges. Sponges take up a lot more makeup. Brushes are a little bit easier just to sort of target the areas. You don't wear contact lenses, do you? I'll be careful. When one wears contact lenses, be very gentle when you're placing makeup because it agitates the eyes, and then you're stuck putting Visine in the eyes, which you really don't want to have to do if you don't have to do it. I'm going to shut your eyes. And just keep your eyes shut until I say to open them. So I always put foundation on the inside of the eyes and on the eyelids as well. And that way it makes the palette easier to put makeup all over your face and just even out the skin tone, which is the most important thing. And I'm just mixing different colors and different consistencies as well. Some makeups are thicker, some are easier to apply. It's all different purposes for different parts of your face. I always get the inside of the lids here as well, because it usually is darker there. And when you do your eyes, always do the lids, the insides, and it just brightens your face incredibly. You guys can talk and ask questions while I'm doing this, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to start to hum.
So you said this one is concealer?
Yeah, I'm just mixing them. They're different, just because of different areas of the face are oilier or drier. So I don't stick with a concealer for right under the eyes or just foundation there. I find that you just mix it all up and it works just as well. You know, it's almost like a marketing thing.
Is it like healthy for your skin?
I try and use the healthiest stuff.
Oh.
I don't use animal tested things, that's for sure. Of course, you always want to do the concealer lighter than the rest of the face because it brings out the eyes. And then I'm going to use the different colors down here, mixing in the more tanned parts of the face. It's interesting to have guys in this class.
I was actually going to ask, what do you suggest for people with facial hair?
Trimming it first off. Don't do Duck Dynasty stuff. It just does not look very good on camera. You know, no Duck Dynasty. Keep it trim when you can, of course, sir. Sorry, but I just noticed your beard. You know, I always think it looks nice when it's trim at least. You know, it doesn't matter. Duck Dynasty is fine. I did a takeoff of it, and it's fine. But just so that the lights don't go through and make it look straggly. It's huge if you're having lights go through your hair. A lot of men put in a really thick hair gel, and they don't understand that when they do that, your hair looks wet, and also you can't move it, and then you see right through your scalp, and it's always shiny. It looks like white roads on your head. So I always just take it out and just put a styling texture cream instead of using a gel. That's the worst.
And what about as far as like makeup? Like, is it just kind of like?
You'll be up here next. We'll do that. All right, so. I like to have a light hand with makeup too. I don't think it's a good look to have it. It should look good in all light. If you walk outside in daylight and look like you're painted, that's a bad look. So I always try and keep it light.
And down the base, what is the concealer?
Concealer is exactly what it's called. It conceals sort of any dark circles under your eyes or blemishes on your face or broken corpuscles, you know, anything like that. Then the foundation is usually put on top of that. And sometimes you can just use the concealer all over your face and just put little bits and pieces. You don't need a full foundation. And that's what I'm saying, because sometimes it could look too heavy. The only time you really need all that stuff is if it's theater, which you're not doing.
Well, I am an acting major.
Oh, well, then let's put more on. No, I'm only kidding. It's a totally different look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'd bring out your eyes, you'd draw in your eyelashes, you know, fake eyelashes, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so usually what I do is do that, and then I'll finish with like a studio fix, which is the best stuff to have. That takes care of any places that you may have missed, and definitely evens out everything for you, and it contains a makeup and a powder, so it's a color and a matte foundation. Takes away shine. And again, I can't carry as many colors as MAC will make, so I just try and mix everything.
Is there a certain brand you prefer to buy versus
The studio fixes from MAC are good. I don't think MAC, no offense to MAC, I don't think they have everything in the gamut. You know, I love NARS, I love Bobbi Brown. They have great colors and pigments, but certainly MAC has got it to their credit that they have great packaging and palettes. So you could put everything in these containers or the eyeshadow, you know, all of these. These are great for your kit because you can fit a lot in there. And just like if you have individuals, it just begins to weigh you down. Okay, so I just sort of do a matte thing here.
and that's powder?
Yeah, this is Studio Fix.
And when you just look for it, it's just called Studio Fix straight up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as I said, you'll get the salespeople that'll sell you, this is your color, that your color, but they don't understand what you guys do for a living, so you might be in the sun and you might get sunburnt, so you might need a little bit something with more yellow in it to take down the red, then you might put too much on and you need something to make you look alive again, so you'll need something that gives you a little tan. So always get a couple and just sort of mix and match, you know. Tanning powder is always great to have too, because you don't want to look like a cadaver. And I've seen that. And always blend down into the neck as well. Keep it to down here because you usually have a shirt there. Never lower, because if you get it on the collar, it's worse. It's like having something in your teeth, you know, it's bad. Which is a huge thing to always remember too. When you are going on set, always check your teeth. Okay, so I put this everywhere just to make sure that everything's covered, especially on the eyelids so that you could put some eyeshadows on there now. Always up here, these are all the shiny zones. Up here, here, here. Yeah. And eyelids get very shiny too, so I always put a matte powder on them. With men too, just because when you're blinking, you can actually see the perspiration or the shine, and it makes a huge difference.
So, would you suggest using just powder for on camera, or do you have you also used liquid or?
No, not just powder. No, powder has to have something to adhere to. And if you're shiny, people use a matte powder, you know, for shine control, and that's fine, but if your skin is in good shape. If your skin isn't, and it's all different areas or it's human, you need to have that solidified. You know, it just has to be a nice, beautiful canvas. And it doesn't have to be a lot, as I said, you know. Huge is like skin and eyes. Mascara is pretty much all you basically need sometimes for a quick fix. And I use all different kinds of eyeshadows and rouges and everything else, whatever color I fancy. And I love rouge on people. It really brings out your eyes. You don't always do the contour and all that sort of shading, but you do need a little color. So with men, I do a little bit of a suntan, and it just makes them look like they play golf or tennis. And you just do the apples, that's all I do. I just use this, and when you do, smile. Smile. There you go. Just there. Okay. Cool. That's it. Now, doing your eyebrows is really important as well. Brings out your eyes. You don't have to make them dark, just fill them in. I had a little, oh, here it is. Here it is. What you could do is you could make yourself, these are the smaller MAC palettes. You don't have to get the big ones. And you just put your basics there. These are used for eyebrows, but you can use them for your eyeshadows too. It's the same exact thing. So you just want to color in with an angled brush. You can get these at the art supply stores too. This is a MAC, of course, but you can get these angled brushes, or you can get a brush and just angle them yourself, and they're a lot less expensive because they do get thrashed.
Can I open my eyes?
No. Okay. Sorry. Yes, you can open your eyes now. I'm doing your eyebrows. You're very obedient. Thank you. I've had people that I'm working on their eyes and they're talking and they keep opening their eyes and I'm like, not a good idea.
So you would prefer to use powder versus like a pen?
Pencil? Yeah, definitely. Because that can be too hard and the pencils are waxy and they just look like lines unless you do it really well. The powders you just brush in and it fills in the hair. Pencils don't. Pencils are good for like lip liner or eyeliner, but I wouldn't put it on hair. So you just push up like that where the natural hairs are, and then out, all the way to the end. Yeah. My friend years ago in New York, her model named Esme, and she was the first one that had big, big eyebrows, and that started a trend. She had short hair, she cut off all her hair, and big eyebrows, black hair, green eyes, and was like the top model, and it was a beautiful look. Because everyone always used to do the very, very small eyebrows, which didn't, I don't know, doesn't frame your face very well. Okay, shut your eyes again. Now I'm putting a lighter color in here, and I'm putting powders in here just so that it absorbs any of the oils on the eyelids, and these are all neutral colors. Go in here and out. And guys can do this too, you know. I just watched The Tourist with Johnny Depp. And before, has anyone seen it with Angelina Jolie? He plays this little innocent guy that Angelina Jolie meets on a train. And when you see him at first, he's very sort of dumping. He does this, you know, the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. And while as the movie gets into it, you find out who he is, and he's playing a double role. And you could tell the difference. They put on eyeliner on him. They filled in his eyebrows. He stands straighter. Now he's Johnny Depp, you know. I really noticed it. They do put eye makeup on him, and it looks great. Okay, so usually I did the neutral colors here, on the eyelids here. Thank you for keeping your eyes shut. And I could do a little bit of highlight underneath the brow here if you like, and that always looks like a finished look as well. Right there, and always blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, a little bit in here. Bring out the eyes more. Now, depending on what you're going to wear, what you're wearing, you could use colored eyeshadows. I always like to just go with the neutral colors, you know. I just think that the bright blues and the greens and everything just don't cut it except on a runway. So stick with the more neutral things, because unless you're really good at it, it could look clownish. So if you have, if you want to like experiment, if you have green eyes, you could use gray, you could use lavenders or dark purples, plums are beautiful, brings out the green. Brown eyes look great with, of course, black, brown, dark gray, navy blue looks really beautiful too. But I would stay away from any of the shiny, shimmery things. I would stay away from it, especially on television. It doesn't look good. Not my fave. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of a contour for your eyes. And this is just another neutral color. It looks like it's smoking, but it's not. Usually what you should do is this for the excess powder, okay? So this over here, that is not smoke, it's eyeshadow. Okay. All right. Now we'll do some liner. You can use pencils. You can use eyeshadows. We have this thing, it's called a transformer. This stuff is great because you could use water with eyeshadows too, but sometimes it doesn't stick as well. And this is a transformer, so you can use any eyeshadow you want and use it as an eyeliner. You can also use these. Like all these sort of gel eyeliners, these are great too. These are the colors that I was telling you about. I think they're beautiful colors. But you have to really be careful, otherwise it could look clownish. Like this is a dark plum, and it looks gorgeous. And then you could just do that just with a very, very light shadow and mascara, and that's it. Don't do the whole thing with 3 shades of shadows. It's too much for a daytime look. So I'll use the shadow first to just show you how to do it. And I'm just going to use dark brown. And then this is another angled brush. You always lift your eye up, so try not to smudge the bottom, and go as close to the eyelash line as possible. Come on, guys, I know you have questions.
Well, what's the benefit of using the water in the eyeshadow versus like buying the actual pen that's made for it?
I don't like the eye pencils. I sometimes find that, you know, if you make a smudge, it's too hard to clean up. Like the liquid eyeliners, they're very, very hard. And you're doing yourself. So it's hard to do one eye at a time and make it perfectly matched. So this is more forgiving. This is easier. A lot easier. I hate liquid eyeliners. I remember I do wardrobe too, and I was on a commercial, and this makeup artist had a girl on the floor doing the liquid eyeliner, and I'm like, wow. And we're all like looking to see if it made any difference. It didn't, but he was being dramatic, you know. And let's see, open your eyes. Yeah. Shut your eyes. Yeah, I just think it's easier, basically, doing it this way. And I don't know if you have time, you know, if you're a journalist or whatever, or, you know, you're just showing up on set to do something or tell a story and you want to look groomed, much easier to do it this way. Or if you're doing your own show, then you'll have your own makeup room and do it that way too. But I just find it easier. You have more control of how much you're putting on. And you can use a Q-tip to brush it off, or you could use another neutral color just to cover it up. But with a liquid eyeliner, it's a mess. Okay, open your eyes. Let's see. Okay, good. Just smudge it there. All right, and then I'm going to put a little bit underneath as well. And when you're doing the underneath, always do it just right near the lashes again, close as you can stand it, and never all the way into the eye. Turn towards me, can you?
You mean like not all the way to the tear duct?
Yeah.
And why is that?
That's a night look. That's like a real Egyptian look. That's like a smoky eye look. And during the day, you don't want to have that much stuff on. It just closes your eyes in two. There's another trick that you could do, which is a great way to line your eyes. Hold on a sec. This, what is your first name again?
Adela.
Adela's wearing contact lenses, so I won't do it. But you could do it with an eye pencil, and I'll show you how to do it in a minute. So you just rub this in and take it all the way out here. And always out to the corners to extend the eyes, okay? You always want to make your eyes look bigger going out to the corners. See? Looking good. Okay. Now, there's an, I'm sorry?
So you go midway?
Yeah, you just smudge it in. Use it and just smudge it in lightly. And then if you wanted to, you can do a pencil. This is too light a color for you, but yeah. Yeah, you could do a pencil, and what you do is you close your eye, and that'll get the inside of your eyelid, which really brings out your eyes too. If you don't want to do the on top, you just close your eye and you put it inside your eyelid, and it'll go in the top and on the bottom, the inside of your lids, which makes your eyes look more smoky and it's more dressy, more makeup-y looking. And that's another way to do it too. So I think that's enough. You could try this if you want to do it. Personally, I don't like to do it to people in case because I can't feel where their eyes are. So it's easy for them to close their eyes and then you just do it with a pencil.
Why don't you mess up on the eyeliner and kind of like reuse, like wipe it off? Like, does that affect the eyeshadow, or do you actually use the eyeshadow?
That's why you shouldn't use liquid eyeliner because it is a mess. You know, remember that you can always put on more, so start off with less. And I always have people come, if you do something great with your hair, do it before you come to a set. If you blow dry it or if you iron it out, great, because that's very time consuming. But I always ask that you just don't put on your own makeup when you come to a set. Come clean face, because I've seen people put on way too much and it takes us too long to take it off and start again. And I don't want to be responsible for that look. You know, it's not. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? There was one woman I saw and she came with so much mascara on, it looked like little spider legs on the tops and bottoms too. It was like sticks. It was horrendous.
But it's usually like if you have to, like, could you put the eyeshadow on after you put on the eyeliner, or do you have to put the eyeshadow before you put on the
Well, usually you should put the eyeshadow on first because the shadow, the powder, might fall onto the eyeliner again, you know? So you put it on afterwards, once you've done your base of your eyes. So I'm just doing mascara now. I don't always curl eyelashes. You don't have to. And again, you want to lift your eye a little bit so you don't smudge the bottom. And do always as close to the eyelash line as possible, and then work it out. And then with the brush, you can curl them as well. And so when you do it at the edge, it makes your eyes longer and you can see your eyelashes better. Never just straight up, always just sweep them up. Are you okay with me doing it with your contact lenses? And for sanitary reasons, we always have wands, you know. I think I need more. Any more questions? Don't be shy. I want to start singing.
So obviously, like, MAC is really, really expensive. So is it okay if we, like, go to Target, to sort of experiment and try out what works out best for us?
Absolutely. Because Target doesn't, try and keep your eyes a little still. Just look down there. There we go. When you're putting on mascara, try and find a midway point to look at. If you go too high, you'll get it on top. If you go too low, you'll get it on the bottom. Yeah, they have brands there that are just fine, and they're not paying for the salespeople behind the desks or, a counter at Bloomingdale's. So it's just fine. There's, hold on.
What about Sephora?
Sephora has great things. You'll also, if you get into this business, lift your eyelashes up a little bit and try not to move. There we go. Okay, let me see. Torture's over. Okay. I'm not going to put any on the bottom, okay, because you already have the liner, and sometimes what happens is if you are, rub your eye or whatever, it's just a huge smudge. So we just stay away from that, okay? Yeah, I like other brands. There's lots of brands that are great. I think, when you get into your profession, there's companies that'll offer you a 20% discount. So you just say that you're in the business that you're in, and I know MAC will do it. They give actors and people, I think, 20-30% off, and a lot of other companies are sort of following that because they understand that they're going to make a lot of money that way. Okay, what else am I going to do here? I'll do a little bit more rouge, I think.
Wait, so when you go to MAC, you just say, like,
I'm an
I'm
actor.
an anchor?
Yeah, and they'll give you a discount.
Do you have to show proof that you're an anchor, or can you just walk in and be like,
Hey, I'm an anchor. Of course you do. But maybe if you have your student ID card or something, they would respect that. So I'm just going to do a little bit of stuff here. Okay. Tone that down a little bit. Okay. And this is the other stuff that you guys really need. Am I losing my mind? Sorry about that. You'll need to get a mattifier powder, and that's huge. That has no color on it whatsoever. It just takes down shine. So I could see that we're already getting shine here again. So what we do is we just keep putting on a mattifier so that it takes down the oil, takes down the shine, but it's not adding more and more color. And there are some directors I've worked with that are just so adamant about a natural look. There's one director, in fact, they went, oh, she has too much makeup on. I didn't put anything on her. She just got here. It's like, that's how natural he wanted it, you know? It was funny. So I just gave her a Kleenex. And chapstick. Always have chapstick. Okay. So this is the Smashbox, and this is a mattifier. This is a great product. The only problem with it is it's loose. So if you can get a hard compact, those are the best. You could get, I think Ket does it, K-E-T-T, and then I had another one that was a compact one. This is I got in Target, Laura Geller, and this is a compact, and it works just as well as Smashbox, which is about twice as expensive, and it works just as well. Go ahead.
Okay, so since like I have a darker skin tone, will that like
It'll work. It's
it won't,
this.
like, make me look
Nope, nope. It's good for everybody. Believe it or not, you can be the next person up here if you want. You know, it works on everybody. Okay, so we've done. Sorry. Pardon?
As a NARS press powder, is that the same thing?
No, you have to get ones that are matte, and they're just for anti-shine. Otherwise, you're going to have color.
Yeah, because I think the press powder goes on after you put on the foundation usually, and so is that the one you put on to
You've been here the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly what I did. You do the foundation and then powder afterwards, and that sets it. Powder sets things. Foundation covers the skin and evens out skin tone, and the powder sets it so that it doesn't move and it doesn't get shiny again.
So when you're doing a scene outside, do you recommend that you use both powder and like liquid or just liquid?
No, I would use the powder. I'd use Studio Fixes because
Just
that's
powder?
taking Studio Fix, not powder.
Yeah.
Studio Fix is the color, and get that on first, and then you always have to have a matte powder with you.
Okay.
Yeah, always. And you could use a brush or just a sponge so that it's in there, and you just keep it in there. The loose is fine, but you constantly have to be aware of brushing shoulders so it doesn't look like dandruff on someone's shoulders.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, and always make sure it's even. You don't want it, quick, and then little ridges here and there.
Yeah.
But you have to have that in your kit.
Okay.
And hairspray, chapstick, matte powder, a comb. Hold on, let's finish your lips, and then I'll do some more stuff. Okay, so I like neutral lips. You could do the red and you could do the trendy stuff later, but I know that a great look is like mascara, clean eye, and red lips, but I find that then I'm just looking at that person's lips and didn't hear a word she said. So I think that if things are more neutral, then it's just a cleaner, fresher look.
Can you rename the brand from Target?
Yeah, her name is Laura Geller. Yeah, I thought this stuff was great. I dropped it, and I was so bummed. That's why we get a kit rental. That's what happened to it. But it's a great powder, and this was at Target. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. You just sort of have to just experiment a little bit, you know? All right, so I'm going to go do a neutral lip. Trish McAvoy also is a great line of makeup, too. Love it.
So when you're a news anchor, do you have like a makeup team that does your makeup for you, or you have to do it yourself?
It depends what station you work for, I guess. I think some stations have makeup people that work all the time there, and some don't. It depends on their budgets. See? More of your teeth. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit darker. So I do a lip pencil, and then I'll do a little bit of a lipstick on top, too.
So when you're like on
No.
Everything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, you could do sparkly for print, but I wouldn't do it on TV because what it does is it catches the light,
Yeah.
and then everyone is going to complain about it, and that's the problem there. Okay, so I think I'm just going to, yeah, I hope you look fine. You look clean, and put your hair down. And with hair, try and get rid of flyaways because you're probably, if you're shooting in front of a green screen, which is what they do for special effects, you see every single little hair. That would be my worst nightmare right now. All these wee bits here, you know, your hair is beautiful, but for green screen, you would have to flatten all this out, or they'd probably ask me to tie it back or something like that, which is mostly the case. And also with lights on top, you're going to see all the flyaways here too. So these are some. I think for right now, this is enough makeup. I think it's good. You look professional, and I wouldn't do more. You could do more of a darker color in here if you wanted to. Shut your eyes for a sec. You could do more of a contour in here, but I think this is clean. It looks groomed, and it looks fine.
Good on TV.
Pardon?
She looks really good on TV.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't need a lot, you know? Really.
And what should I do with my hair?
Ah, okay, hold on. Let's see what we could do. I'm not going to make you look like Helmet Head. It's just like your hair is beautiful. So, all these different things. Oh, you know, this stuff is good too while I'm here. This is dry shampoo. And what it does is if your hair is a little bit limp or a little oily on top, you just go through here, lift up from the roots and just spray it and rub it in here, and it dries it up and it gives it body. And it's a great, great product. You can get this anywhere.
Dry shampoo?
This is another product. I haven't addressed your issue yet, but I will. This is another great product for people that have very fine hair. If you want to give it some lift without sort of teasing it, and you can't put too much product in fine hair. I have it, and I know it just doesn't work. It's awful. So this is a powder too, and it just looks like that. And you just put it in here in the roots, shake it up, and it gives your hair like lift and body, and it looks great. So with your hair, I would probably, let's see here. I like B&B products. I don't have really time or the circuits to do hair or anything, but this is a great product. This is the B&B texture. You could use it for that, your hair, and just bring down these things. I would use like something that would bring in the curls a little bit, and then it'll take away the frizz. And I don't think I have that with me. No, but you need to put something in your hair. This stuff is a texture cream. This is good for guys' hair. This is good for if you have really thick hair and you want to get it off your face and it's layered and you want to see the layers. So you just put a little bit in it and it just gives it texture. It separates the hair without making it stiff. That's B&B. Let's see what it does to your hair. Let's experiment. Another thing that you should always have in your kit, while I'm just thinking about, is top stick. Top stick is used for clothes that you don't want to put safety pins in. You can also use things like this. I'm getting sidetracked. Hold on, let's do your hair first. Let's see if this does anything to it. This is the texture cream. Yeah, it does. So it's taking down some of these frizz. I won't say frizz, the loose hairs, because your hair is beautiful. But they will ask you to put things in it because of the lighting. So if you could just get these hairs down here, and there's only so much you can do. So, and then with your hair too, you would just sort of pin it in like that to keep it out of your face. You know, you don't have to pull it all the way back, and you can just pin it in here so it still looks big, and you won't even see the pins. It would be something. Oh, my hair supplies. I don't have a box of, oh yeah. These are from a craft store. These are good to have. You put all your bobby pins in them and your little hair ties and everything else, and they're easy to get at a craft store. So let's see what would work with your hair. I think if they want to get it out of your face, I would just sort of do something like that. So it makes it big but keeps it out of your face because you can't have it, it'll be like that, you can't have it like that. So you just want to sort of cheat it and pin it back like that. All right, cool. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you look great. Okay, so this is stuff that you have to have in your kit. You should be writing this stuff down because it makes a big difference when you have it. This is Top Stick. This you could get at Joann Fabric, and it's double-sided tape. So you use it to, let's say you've lost a button or something, and you could use this to tape it. You can use it to keep things from moving all the time, or a sweater keeps going like this. Just tape it down. Sticks to your skin. It's great. I've also used it toupee tape, and it's the same sort of thing. It's a double-sided tape, and it's used to keep wigs on, but you use it for clothes too, and also for bangs, because I did this band called the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, and she's like Chrissy Hine, and she has bangs. So it was windy, we're shooting at night, it's pouring rain, and so I'm like, and we just put the tape there, put her bangs on top of it so it didn't move, and it didn't hurt. This is called Hollywood fashion tape, but you could, the other stuff you can get, it's called Top Stick, Topstick, and that comes, you could buy that at Sally's Supply, I think, Top Stick, and it's stronger than this stuff. This is I got at Joann Fabric, but get the Top Stick, and that really is the professional stuff, and it's like $15, but it's like 300 strips, so it's good stuff. It's double-sided tape, and you just peel it, and it's used to hold clothing in place,
Here?
Clothing.
Oh.
Clothing. I used it for hair when I had to. But it's, it just keeps things from moving. If you don't have a button, you could use it and fix it quick. Hems, you could do sleeves on men's shirts. If you roll it up once and the cuff is sticking out, you just use this stuff to keep the cuff down, and it looks much neater. There's all tricks, You don't want to have a big watch on a man, so you can just roll the sleeve up a little bit so that it's all sorts of tricks. Okay, this stuff also, you should have this in your kit too. This is a wax, and this is for flyaways, and this is fantastic. I use this all the time. It's not deodorant. It's really hair stuff. It's made by Tony and Guy. You can get it anywhere, and you just put a little bit on your fingertips, and this would take care of flyaways. This is all you would need to do. You only do it on the top, like that, or wherever there's flyaways. In this case, there's a lot of flyaways, so you don't see the difference. You see a little bit, but this is what we use all the time. And flyaways are huge. So you always just want to get them on the top. And wherever there's flyaways. But don't put it in your hair because it'll make it heavy. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I could give you a little bit more lip if I wanted to, but I think it looks pretty and natural, and I think it looked good.